Riley, Karpov, thank you
Yeah.
for guys being here. We're in Saudi Arabia. I would like to ask the question, if both of you can answer, what are some specifics for your market in terms of the architects and the construction industry, which you see based on your experience? Who would like to go first?
Based on the GCC experiences, everything they wanted today. So they come almost at the last minute. So the planning is, in my experience, is 80%. It doesn't go. So where it ends, everybody want to finish up the deadline. So it doesn't plan much ahead, even though it has been planned, but still the deadline meets, and that's a culture of everybody work and the Asian and everybody, where they need the material tomorrow or today, or some people tell me yesterday
Right, right.
they want the material. So this is the
Yeah,
way
yeah, yeah.
GCC market work. I want the material yesterday or today,
Right.
no tomorrow.
Right, right, right. And you, Riley, what's some specific from the UK market in terms of architects and construction?
In my experience, I can only go by my experience, things take a little more time. It's often slower. I think kind of the result of that is a lot of, we tend to find, especially with specification, once something's specified at the beginning of a project, because of the time it takes, you can sometimes be 2-3 years before things actually are procured, sometimes. And with that comes a lot of value engineering, as budgets change over time, circumstances change, and I think that's probably the thing I've experienced the most. So obviously during design, during the initial concept, very little emphasis on your budget, on price. It's about getting the right design concept, the right product. But as things go, value engineering comes into effect. A lot of the time, that's where you have to be most kind of on the ball to make sure you're kind of still at the forefront of that specification.
Do you see value engineering happening?
Yes, yes, it happens here as well. So the GCC, especially the Saudi and UAE, the construction has so many. So every time new buildings comes up, once you finish it, you go to the next. So the stages it's so many construction goes on parallel. So the value engineering sometimes comes as a client, depends on the client to client, where they start the project and the budget overloads it. Then they ask, okay, do the value engineering and reduce it, the material and the alternatives and all those things. But as I can see it, where the bow spray, most of the places where you come with the conventional sealing systems are going on, and the absorption value is not going high, so the bow spray suddenly is needed by the acoustic consultant to reduce the echo. So the last stage we get sometimes more of, rather than the changes, additional happens for the bow spray, so that along with the other systems they can add it to reduce the echo. This is what I find, rather than the omitting. But the acoustic plaster system, yes, which will be reduced with the conventional gypsum board, yes, we don't need it in this area.
You, of course, work in both different markets, right? Different parts of the world. And you shared also a couple of differences which you see, right? Let's see if we can find things that are equal to each other, right? So are there specific things which could be the same based on your knowledge? You're in the Middle East now, you've have a couple of days here. Of course, you have traveled,
Yeah.
so you know also other countries. Maybe you want to go first, Riley. What are
For what I need is there is a lot of specification happens in UK for the projects in Saudi, and the market evolved from UK and Europe to Middle East.
right?
So acoustics came from the Europe side and UK side to this side. So UK and Europe is far advanced.
Right.
Over here in GCC, all the specification happens, the concept stage. Most of the time, they approach the consultants and the designers in UK, Europe, even US. So many times at the design stage to specify, people travel to UK,
Right.
Europe, and US to get specified in the projects. So
Right.
the most of the prestigious projects in GCC is being specified by the consultant who will be in UK and Europe.
Okay. Do you see that as well? With the
Absolutely, I think the UK is very specification led.
right.
I think, from my experience, an enormous amount of specification happens in London.
Correct.
And that can be globally, various different projects. And as you say, trends are set in London, trends are set in Europe, that then are followed. Not to say that the Middle East is behind as such, but as you say, through acoustics, certainly, it's something that you kind of you see trends being set in the UK that then follows very closely.
And to discuss this green, the blue, everything is from UK. Most of the things. So they are studying the color concept. They are studying about why to use blue, why to use green. They're open and they're moving forward. And here it's right now the trend is white, black, and gray, and we are, reaching there to more people and getting onto it. So your presence in UK, meeting a lot of architects, and maybe here some new projects design happens, and we would really get the help from UK to get it specified with the consultants.
I hope so. I think anywhere in the world, for me, that it can never be more true that people buy from people. I've felt that in speaking to people. People buy from people they trust. You listen to various talks and you obviously hear people talking about Dubai, wherever it might be, that things move so much quicker when people have relationships with people. In London, I think things are very conversational, very consultative, as opposed to more of a traditional sales route. Maybe that's why it's a bit slower, I don't know, maybe. And I think people once they have that trust, things move quicker. I think in the Middle East, as you can comment, but people buy from people, there's relationships built, and those relationships are very strong, and they last.
Yeah, that's what the relationship mainly count, and you be with the designers, architects, they specify your product and then they see it at the end time you are there or not. So most of the architects expect when they specify it need to be taken care. It's not only you specify, put the product and you design it and you send it out for the tender, and once you reach there, so you need to make sure the product availability, so or else the designers lose why to specify. The specification mainly happens the product you put it, so that it makes sure it is there at the end. So this is what designers needed. So it's not only you give them the technical knowledge, yes, they won't get involved in the commercial, but a lot of places they always tell that, will you be there till the end? So that is very important, and we Btalk and Datco Tenant, we make sure that we are there at the end. So that is the most important thing. It's only specified. So the one project does it good, we deliver and everything, we work well. So the consultant will specify again and again. So any problem happens because it goes to the consultant, right? Why did you recommend? Why did you put this product? If it is not available in this market, or if it is not installed properly, if it is functionally not performing. So all this comes back to them. So they are very keen how it is at the end result. So we and Btalk has got the system of sending a feedback form to the consultants. How was it? When a project is being completed, we send a feedback form to the consultant and we give the fill up is there. How was it? The material came at the right time. So this is very important.
Okay. So I think that's where the both worlds touch, right? Where specifications done there and lands in the Middle East and how you can get it done. Okay.
So the feedback form is very, very important. I feel it.
Good. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.